Very chaotic scene. Our Sarah Maki is there live. Sarah.
Yeah, Kate, it's still very much an active and developing situation right now, but here's what we know, the very latest. We're told that 2 people have been shot, one in the head and another by the arm. Police sources tell us that one of the victims was found inside of Champs, that is on the 2nd floor by Dillard's here at the Galleria Mall in Richmond Heights. Now, the shooter was last seen running into the mall with a pistol in his hand. Police are now searching for 4 men and 1 woman who might have left the mall through Dillard's. We have so many police agencies out here on scene today. We have Ladue, we have Brentwood, we've seen Richmond Heights and several others. If you see, take a look at this chopper, you're going to see all of the different sites around the mall too. We have multiple entrances being covered, multiple streets have been redirected. We also know that there were a lot of people inside the mall because it was in the middle of a very busy business day. We talked to one man who doesn't want to be identified, but here's what he heard as this all unfolded.
Well, I didn't see anything, but I was walking back from my lunch from the food court, and I was going up the escalator, and I heard 3 gunshots. And I knew what it was right away, but people were just like kind of wondering what that was or whatever. And then I saw some people running down from the area where it came from. It happened down by Champs Sporting Goods. And I went down there after. I went into Victoria's Secret for a minute, and then I had them let me out the back door because I didn't want to stay in there. And then I went over by where the gunshots were, where I heard it. And there were some people kind of congregated around up on top of the escalator. And there was a young man laying down at the bottom of the elevator, and he was dead. There was blood from the top of the escalator running all the way down the stairs to the very bottom where the young man was laying. So I think he probably got shot up at the top, and then he fell down the escalator, but I wasn't sure. I'm not sure of that.
All right, so we are still hearing from police that they're searching for the suspects again, maybe 4 men, 1 woman who might have been involved that were last seen in the mall leaving through the Dillards. This is still very much an active scene. The mall is closed right now. We talked to some other workers who worked inside and said that they were all briefly put on lockdown. You can see police behind us redirecting traffic. A lot of people are still trying to come into the mall, and they're telling them that they need to turn around. Police have been keeping parts of this road closed. A lot of the entrances are still open to allow for people to leave the mall as they continue to investigate. Again, though, we are told right now that 2 people have been shot. We know 1 person in the head, another person in the arm. A developing situation. Kay, we're going to keep an eye on everything out here, and we'll be bringing you the latest tonight.
So, Sarah, is there any indication that police are actively looking for these individuals, the 5 people that may have left the mall in the neighborhoods around the mall? Is there a search underway anywhere that you know of?
We haven't seen a whole lot of teams with dogs or anything like that, though I have been told that canines might have been on scene at one point. They are telling people that they're not allowed to enter this scene and directing them. And people who are trying to walk in the street to get a closer view or maybe to walk across to get closer to their cars, they're telling them absolutely do not take another step forward. You need to turn around, which gives you the impression that this is still something that they're very much looking at.
And Sarah, tell me what's going on around the mall right now. Are people leaving, pouring out of it? I mean, we've heard the mall is closed, but what are people doing congregating around the mall?
Well, yeah, Kay, I think there was a lot of confusion when this all started to first happen. People were still kind of walking into some of the entrances. Some of the entrances didn't have any kind of police presence, didn't have doors locked at the time. But even as we pulled up, you could see a steady stream of cars leaving. People were being directed that they need to leave. You can see this officer here, too, also telling people that they need to turn around, that they can't be coming through this way. We also see quite a few helicopters in the area, and those actually, I should mention, are a little bit farther away from the mall, so that could be police support trying to look around in some of these neighborhoods that are near here. I will also say in just the couple of minutes that we've been on air talking with you, police have started to close down more of this street. It was initially just the entrance and maybe a little part over here on Clayton Road that they'd blocked off because they had so many cars out here. But right now, they're even starting to push people back, turning them around before they can get to this segment of space.
All right, we can see traffic backing up behind you there, and it looked, there was a lot of traffic around the Galleria. When we look at Sky 5, Sarah, have you been able to talk to any of the officers at this point, any of the law enforcement?
We haven't, and we haven't heard, you know, a lot of times in these situations, they'll send somebody over to talk to the media, give us an update and some kind of information. The only thing that we've heard right now is from the Maryland Heights Police Department. They put out a tweet probably about almost an hour ago, I think, at this point, just saying that they were investigating an incident. That's really the only official kind of correspondence we've had. Police have been really busy out here directing traffic. They have been, pretty much coordinated in trying to get people away from the scene as much as possible. We do see a few people still kind of being let in, I think, to pick up maybe people who are underage, maybe teenagers or something, who are at the mall and need a ride away from here. But really, you don't see a whole lot of action from police talking with people out here at this point.
All right, Sarah Maki reporting live from the St. Louis Galleria in Richmond Heights, where within the past hour, 2 people have been shot, one in the arm, one in the head. You were watching video from Chopper 5 of an ambulance slowly driving through a parking lot at the Galleria. We have not been able to get an interview with law enforcement at this point, but we are told police are looking for 5 individuals who left the mall after shots rang out at the St. Louis Galleria. The St. Louis County Police Department tweeting just a few moments ago, "Our department is on the scene of a shooting at the Galleria Mall with the city of Richmond Heights and several other police municipalities. The Galleria Mall is closed. Please stay clear of the area." So that means if you have any business in Richmond Heights around the Galleria, police are asking you to stay off Clayton Road and Brentwood Boulevard. Again, here's Chopper 5, our Sky 5. You can see a heavy police presence. This is outside what appears to be the entrance to the Dillards at the St. Louis Galleria. This is a live picture from Sky 5. We are told this shooting happened inside the mall at the north end of the mall. Again, 2 people have been shot, 1 person shot in the head, and we are also told 4 men and 1 woman fled the mall after this shooting. We've heard from some people who were inside the mall at the time. They say they heard several loud noises, what sounded like gunshots. This happened just around 1 o'clock this afternoon. And again, it is something we will continue to follow as it develops. Our Sarah Maki live at the north end of the Galleria Mall. All the entrances are closed off. The mall is closed until further notice. People are being told to leave. Cars have been streaming out. And we will continue to follow this story, let you know any new information we get, of course, online on the KSDK app and at ksdk.com. For now, reporting live from Brentwood, I'm Kay Quinn. Let's send you back to regular programming.
Welcome back to DBL. So, Jeff, I don't know if you heard, but when Al was introducing the American Home Shield segment you did, he introed it as Car Shield.
Jeff, look.
I was cracking up. Al, your cover was the best, though.
You know, we have so many great sponsors that it's like I want to get them all in there, but Home Shield definitely deserves